Hill, Hatfield, broadcasting on the state police emergency frequency. Can anyone hear me? Can anyone hear me?
Alright, I'm going to put that on pause so you can hear what I'm saying. Happy Halloween. I am hanging out with Gus, and I turned the lights on for the video, but I was sitting under candlelight watching Halloween 4. Been doing the Halloween marathon here on TV. I love all these corny horror movies. I don't really watch them on Halloween. I really am not a fan of horror movies. I know a lot of people are, but I just don't like them. If I watch a movie, I want to sit down and watch a comedy, or, you know, watch some kind of action movie, or maybe some drama or something. But not a big fan of horror flicks. It's just how it is. But on Halloween, it's a special occasion. I love to sit and watch some scary crap. So, and although this isn't scary, it's nostalgic for me. I remember being scared as a kid watching it. Anyway, nothing to do with anything. But yes, I wish everyone a happy Halloween. It's weird, it doesn't feel like Halloween this year. It just kind of came and went. It didn't have a single trick-or-treater. Where I live, they put a ban on trick-or-treating. Can you believe that? Kids are not allowed to trick-or-treat because it is too dangerous. Wow. That's all I can say is wow. I'm not even going to go there or rant about that because that's ridiculous. But, anyway, turn your attention down to the table here because I want to do a little EDC video. What we're looking at here is the EDC that I carry when I'm wearing sweatpants. Yes, I have a specific EDC now for when I'm sporting sweatpants. Okay? And there's a reason for it. The biggest reason is that if you've ever worn sweatpants, you'll know that you can't carry crap in sweatpants because it pulls them down around your ankles. And although it can be very impressive for the people around me, I'm sure it's uncalled for and quite inappropriate. So I don't want my pants falling down when I'm walking around work and when I'm doing little errands. Now, I've never been a fan of sweatpants in general. I just never wore them my whole life. But this year, I got smart and stocked up on some $5 sweatpants from Walmart. And they're comfortable and they're warm, and I plan to wear them often at work and when I'm doing quick little errands. You know, if I'm out for the day or something, I'm going to be putting on some regular pants, you know, with pockets and options and something sturdy and stuff like that. But if I'm running to the store real quick with someone, you know, getting a ride, or if I have to do an errand and I'm not going to be out too long, I will sport the sweats. It's what I hang around the house in. It's comfortable. And particularly for work now. For work, I'm wearing sweats. And it's just easy. I'm able to, so I do. But anyway, the problem is that when you wear sweatpants, you can't, I mean, first of all, you only have 2 pockets most of the time. Yes, you can get the sweatpants with like leg pockets and stuff like that, but you can't wear a belt with it, and the drawstring is just a joke. If you've ever tried using the drawstring to tighten your pants to carry something, specifically a gun or something like that, if you put any, you know, considerable weight into your pockets, forget about it. It's, like I said, it's around your ankles, and not a very flattering look for some people. Although I'm sure I can pull it off. I choose not to. I don't want to have to explain that to the police. Yeah, sorry, officer, I know I'm exposing myself, but my gun just won't stay up. Anyway, yeah, so what I've done is I've dedicated this pouch, which was a gift, okay, and I love this thing, and I've been using it a lot. I used it for a while. It had nothing to do with this at all, but I recently rediscovered it, and I'm using it again. This is a khaki Maxpedition M1 waist pack. Okay, if you're interested in this specific pack, there's a couple different waist pack models. In fact, speaking of Maxpedition, I haven't got anything from them in a long time, and I just looked at a bunch of new stuff they have, and they have a knife out. Yes, so I'm trying hard to get a hold of one of their knives. They actually have a couple different versions, and they have like black, tan, and green, you know, but they have a serrated version and a plain edge. And anyway, I'm going to see if I can get the hookup to try those out and review them. But anyway, besides that, they have a couple other bags and just accessories that I'm really interested in. So you may see some more Maxpedition reviews. They've always had great products, and I just haven't talked about them in a while. But anyway, yes, I have this thing packed to the hilt. This is heavy. This is not something I carry around. The 2 instances where I'm actually using this as an EDC item or pack is, again, one at work, and when I'm at work, I have a cart that I use, and it's very similar to a like a maid's cart at a hotel or a motel, something like that. If you've ever seen one of those, it's very similar. heavy duty construction plastic. It's basically 2-tier, and there's a couple little, you know, container spots for storage and stuff like that. And on the bottom of the cart, I have a postal tub, which is for what's called BBM, business bulk mail. That's where all the stuff that's getting recycled. And next to that, there's an empty spot on the cart, so that's where I keep this pack. So the stuff is accessible to me at all times while at work. That cart is usually right next to me. If I'm not at work and I'm running an errand, this is going to be in whatever vehicle I'm using to get to the store. Now I have attached this to my bicycle, which I may show in the future, may or may not. But just attach this to the very back of the bottom of the seat, okay? And there's a heavy duty back strap on this, and I put a strap all the way through the back and attached it, and it fits like it's meant to be there. It's perfect. So if I do go on my bicycle, that's how I carry it like that. So, and there's only 2 occasions so far where I've wore sweatpants and I went down to the store on my bicycle. But anyway, this is jam-packed with stuff. You know, seconds and thirds of things. It's redundant. It's not, you know, it's not a survival bag or anything. And no, I can't fit everything in here that I may need in any given situation. But I have enough in here that makes me feel comfortable. And it's some backups to backups, okay, which I like. Now, in my actual sweatpants, I'm always going to have my phone. My phone's always on my person. That just should be, it should be straightforward, common sense stuff. I mean, if there's an emergency, you want access to your phone. If you collapse or something and you need to call 911 or whatever happens, you want it accessible to you. You don't want your phone or any way to contact people away from your person. In your car, you know, in a vehicle, you know, inside a building you're not in, anything like that. You know, so you should always keep that on your person. I try to, if I have some kind of a hoodie on, or if I have a shirt pocket or a jacket pocket that I'm wearing at work, then I will keep it in there, or I'll leave my phone on the cart as well. And again, just for dire emergencies, and that's all that is. But I don't have my phone in here. Besides that, everything else I have is in this little pack. So now that I've rambled for a while, let's take a look and see what's actually in this pack. I'm going to start off with the outside here. First thing you probably notice is this little canister. And this is a Zippo fuel canister. Now, I believe I reviewed this. If I have not in the past, take a quick little look at it. Just have it clipped to the side of this strap. Basically, you have a little crab claw, and then you also have a split ring, so you have 2 different ways to attach this to something. Now, I do not have a spare flint in here. I keep mine usually in the bottom of my Zippos, but you have a little rubber tube, so you can put a spare flint in there, and then you have this flattened tool. Okay, which is just so you can use this to open your flint screw for your flint tube, and then basically the canister where you keep extra fuel in. All right, now the bottom opens up, but I don't want to completely open it because there is fuel in there right now. And then if you hold the ring, the cap opens up. Okay, you can see there's an inner cap with a rubber seal. All right, and a spout. So that's how you pour your fluid in there. You can also see there's also a very small hole in here that allows the airflow, so this will pour as opposed to drip. It works very well. And there's a rubber seal. Okay, so it doesn't smell, doesn't leak out, it doesn't evaporate. This actually works fantastic. Now, something else I can recommend is to use, these things are like 10 bucks. Now, although I feel like they should be like $4, cheaper is always better, it is what it is. All right, but for 10 bucks, it's a pretty cool little canister. Now, I was thinking about this 2 or 3 days ago. If you're putting together some kind of a med kit, you can also put some alcohol, you know, or some kind of a cleaning liquid in this, a sterilization liquid of your choice, whatever you decide to use, and it would hold it very well. But anyway, cool little canister. They're like 10 bucks or 12 bucks some places. I don't know if you're a Zippo fan, it's worth getting, I guess. It's a little, like I said, it's a little much for what it is. Just an aluminum, you know, canister here. But I do like the double lid. That's a pretty cool little feature. So anyway, that's just clipped to the outside. Strictly for the fact that if it happens to leak or happens to bust or something, I don't want it on the inside of my pack with my other stuff. That's just a straightforward reason. So that just sits on the outside. On the front of the pack here, we unclip it and then unvelcro. And I got all kinds of stuff in here. First thing is it's a kind of like a tube vault. These are the Keep to Go's. Just a different brand, but basically that's all it is one of those 2-liter bottle blanks. And this one happens to have a glow-in-the-dark cap on it. But what I have in here is some CR123s to go with the flashlight. I have 3 of them in here. And in between the three, those little black things, actually let me open up and show you. All I did was burn some paracord. I got paracord in the top here too. It's always good to have extra, but I mean, this isn't a big run of it. It's probably like 14 inches of black paracord. But the purpose, I have it in there so it doesn't rattle or move around. But what I have in here too are these little spacers I just made by taking a piece of paracord, curling it up, and burning it. And what that's doing is it's giving me a little spacer. And the reason I want these spacers is so that these batteries do not make contact with each other. I do not want the batteries touching each other. Now, although all three of these are brand new, reason being is that if you take, it's just preventative maintenance for a possible dangerous situation. If you take a lithium battery, the CR123s have potential to be very dangerous. They're not if you handle them safely. There's people in the service who, I mean, are throwing these things around and nothing really happens, but there have been cases where they've caught on fire, they've vented with toxic fumes. You know, it's a lot of energy in a very small package, okay? So you want to treat them with respect and just and safely. But the deal is, if you have let's say you take a used one, and I wouldn't do this, but if I happen to throw a used one here and it's empty, and then I put a brand new one in there, what's going to happen is when they touch, when the terminals touch, they're going to transfer energy to each other and even out. All right, so if you have a full one and an empty, and you put them together, they're going to try to even out so that there's the same amount of energy in both. The problem with that is that it can actually transfer that energy so fast that it overheats. And while overheating, it can literally flame up, explode, you know, fire, gas, toxic fumes. It's not good. So I just have those little pieces of paracord in there to separate them. So that's all. 3 CR123s. The reason I have those is because it goes with my XT10, which I love. This is that Claris. It's probably one of my favorite EDC lights. Really simple, and I like how it has a separate switch on the side for the variable options there, and of course strobe, which I really love. And it goes from a fast strobe to a slower strobe, and it's pretty darn bright. So I love the Claris line. They don't get a lot of publicity. You know, of course, everyone knows about Phoenix lights, extremely popular. 4.7s. You know, you hear those two companies specifically over and over again, but Claris, I think, is underrated. They make fantastic lights at a great bargain. Or excuse me, I said the XT10. This is the NT10. But anyway, one of my favorite EDC lights. You see me carrying that all the time for EDC. And it takes a single CR123. So I have a brand new one in there right now, but I happen to have 3 backups. Now, in the rare chance that this light just happens to break completely, I do have a backup flashlight in here, and that's the single AA Maritech light. I do not carry spare AA batteries. It's overkill. Think about what I'm doing with this. Again, if I'm at work or something, I have a couple batteries in case I happen to get stuck there. At least I know I have light for a long time. The chances of this completely failing, at least I have an easily accessible source of energy. I have AA's at work I can use. Okay, we have 3 or 4 packs of them brand new, so I don't have to bring any kind of special batteries like that. So that's the lighting situation in here. Besides that, of course, you saw I have the extra Zippo fuel, so of course I'm carrying a Zippo. And in addition to a Zippo, I'm also carrying a Ronson butane lighter. So here's my Zippo, an awesome gift from a viewer with my initials, JS, on it, in a satin finish, which I absolutely love. There you go. And I rotate, there's a few Zippos that you guys have sent me, like viewers have sent me, that I'm very sentimental and weird, in a good way. And I love stuff like that. It means a lot to me, and I rotate. The ones I actually use all the time are the ones that are gifts to me, and it just means a lot. So I do rotate them out at any given time. It could be in this bag or it could be another bag, but I use Zippos everywhere. And then the Ronson butane lighter, which is also a gift. And I believe I reviewed this. But just as a backup, that's all. So for some reason I do run out of fluid completely. There happens to be butane. Guess what? I can't use it in here. Well, I have another option to use that. It's a skinny little lighter. Doesn't take up a lot of room. So I keep those in that top pocket in there. Alright, besides that, I will tell you that even though I'm wearing sweatpants, I can get away with carrying one folding knife of medium size in my waistband. Okay, not in the pocket, because if I put it in the pocket, it's too low on my leg, because I like the, sweatpants kind of baggy. So it would carry too low and it'd swing around and it's kind of awkward. So I keep it in the waistband, clipped inside the waistband. But besides that, I also carry 2 spare knives here, a small folder and a large folder. The small one is the Benchmade Ascent, partially serrated. Showed this is an oldie but goodie. Love this knife, cheap, at least an old cheap BM. Very acute point on that little needle nose. Very sharp. Doesn't get a lot of use. Right now I have it nice and stropped up and ready to go. Very lightweight as well. And then a large Foley knife. This is the SOG Pentagon Elite 2. Did a full review on this. And that's going to take care of a lot of other large tasks. Both these knives are combo edge. Not my first choice, but certainly not useless. And they're both very sharp. And they have, what's good about these two is I don't use these serrations. These serrations on these knives have the factory edge on it. Okay, I only use those if there's an emergency or something. Not necessarily emergency, because they don't happen that often, but if I really need to get, do some aggressive cutting or something, I'll use the serrations, but I try to keep them nice and sharp, because they are a pain in the butt, resharpening. Besides that, I have a takedown pen. I reviewed this a long time ago. This is a cheapo, tactical pen. Just a simple aluminum pen, and I did put a Fisher Space Pen insert in this, so it's more reliable. The original insert was crap. So that's it for the inside pocket here. Let's put these lights back, and I want to show you the other pockets. Actually, before I show you the back pocket, let me show you the front here. What I got going on. This front flap has a pocket and a little zipper pocket. I have 2 multi-tools in here. Leatherman Juice S2, which is fantastic. In fact, I just used this at work today. The window is like a crank window at work. They crank out, and the handle completely came off because the set screw was loose. So what do you know? Had a screwdriver ready to go and snapped a quick little picture. So there it is. So there you go. These multi-tools do get used, and they are extremely, extremely handy all the time. Plus, on my multi-tools, I never use the blade, so I always have a nice, sharp factory edge. Besides that, I love the Juice, and I will review this in the future, but one of my all-time favorite multi-tools ever is the Leatherman PS4 Squirt, and I keep this in here as well, okay, because I like the smaller pliers. I'll give you a quick little comparison shot between the two here. You can see the difference in there. So that's it for that front pocket. Just some multi-tool action. Multi-tools are actually fun to collect. You could probably get every single major multi-tool. You could probably get all the Swiss tools, all the Victorinox, well, not Victorinox, but you can get all the Swiss tools, pretty much all the Leathermans, and you can collect all of them for like maybe $3 grand. I mean, I know it sounds like a lot of money, but in comparison to like, ooh, I want to collect every Spyderco ever made or something, it's actually a cooler hobby because there's not as many options as there are knives. Multi-tools, yes, there's a bunch of different companies, and yeah, like Gerber makes them, and you can get it from, all different manufacturers and stuff, but as far as the major ones, which are really popular, there's really not all that many models compared to knives. But anyway, besides that, this is kind of all the tools and stuff. And I love on the front here on this pouch, once it Velcros shut, you got the snap, and you can cinch it down even more if you want to. Get a nice tight fit here. Just pull that tight. So besides that, I have my back pocket here. And the back pocket, just a couple things. I actually have a little bit of room still in there, but I don't need anything else, so. Trolley changer, and yes, I'm out of pennies. I use this thing all the time, and I constantly get compliments on it. I love it. I got to get more of these things. They're awesome. There you go. People ask me all the time, what is it? A trolley changer. What? What'd he say? Charlie Chuja? I don't know what he's talking about. I want one. I can't find it. Trolley, C-H-A-W-L-E-Y, or L-Y? Oh no, duh, it's on there. Yeah, CHAWLY. There you go. So no one has to ask. Coindispenser.com. I love them. Besides that, 2 Band-Aids. Okay? Besides 2 Band-Aids, 2 gauze pads. That's all I need. I'm not doing open heart surgery. Okay? But if I scrape myself, it'd be nice to clean it. And then, of course, throw a Band-Aid on there. Besides that, my wallet. Can't keep it in the sweatpants. Always want to have ID on me. I'm going to do another EDC video pretty soon because I've changed my regular EDC as well when I'm wearing normal pants. And I've even added some different accessories, you know, which will be interesting to see. But besides regular wallet, in the back here, with a little lanyard sticking up, my keys. Minimal keys. You guys have seen this. Didn't change from the last time. The only thing of interest is a Spyderco bug on there. And I do actually use the bug. So that's pretty much it. I love this pack. I love the little setup I have. 2 flashlights, 2 knives, a pen, a couple Band-Aids, my keys, my wallet, my trolley changer, a Zippo, a butane lighter, some extra butane fluid, and 2 multi-tools. Pretty set for most things. No, I'm not ready for the zombie apocalypse or Armageddon, but I'm not naked. I got stuff on me. So I love this. Again, this is the M1 Max Edition pack. Very, very cool. So, want to wish everyone a happy Halloween, give you some different ideas. Experimenting. I'm constantly experimenting because I did have a wardrobe change, and I am sporting these sweatpants every now and then. Sweatpants, I mean, they have their pros and cons. Their biggest con, obviously, is you know, you can't put a lot of stuff in them. They fall down. It's no different than gym shorts, you know, or if you're wearing like athletic pants, like the tearaway pants or something like that, that kind of material where you don't have a belt, you don't have any support, all you have is this stupid drawstring, and they give you like a 60-foot drawstring and it just doesn't get tight enough. I don't know why. That's pretty much it. I mean, they're comfortable, they're warm. I don't know why. When I'm at work, it's different because I'm behind the scenes when I deal with people. If I'm dealing with the public or you know, customers, people who are coming to get packages and stuff like that, it's at a service window and they don't see below my waist anyway, really. The only other issue would be a bulge problem, which can be very inappropriate in public. So I don't like wearing sweatpants to the store that often. It's kind of in a pinch, hey, I'm hanging around the house, I'm doing some cleaning, watching a movie, and oh crap, I need to go somewhere real quick. You know, I don't want to I don't want to get dressed up to do that kind of crap. So you guys know what I'm talking about. So besides that, if you can hide the bulge, you're good to go. So thanks for watching. As always, I hope you guys have an enjoyable Halloween with trick-or-treaters because I don't have any. And yes, I will rant. That is just ridiculous. Too dangerous to trick-or-treat. Are you kidding me? Seriously. And let me tell you what they did. Instead of doing house to house, because that's clearly too dangerous. You're in the woods. What if a bear comes up? What if someone abducts you? Bull crap, man. I'd walk like 15 miles with an old pillowcase and a, you know, half crappy costume and get candy. And that's what kids are supposed to do. You know, that's what Halloween is. But get this. Instead of doing a door-to-door, because apparently the doors are too far where I live and there's too much woods and too many weirdos, apparently. What they've done is they do this thing. It's called the trunk or treat. And basically they go into a big parking lot, okay? And all the parents, they park all their cars with all the trunks facing one direction, and then the kids go from one car to, like, one trunk to the next. They bop from each one. They're all lined up in the parking spots. And they go, okay, trick or treat, and they give candy out of the car. My entire life, I've been taught not to take candy from strangers in their car. What if you're like the really nice guy, but you happen to have a van and a really creepy look and like those extra thick Coke bottle glasses, and you just look like a weirdo. And all you want to do is give candy, and now you're getting arrested because some kid's inside your van. That's all I'm saying. I think it's ridiculous. I think it's stupid. So yes, this is my rant. Why can't we have trick-or-treating? This world is ending. and it's starting with trick-or-treating. That's horrible. And I just feel bad for people who are just having kids now. Life is so different. I know this is turning into like a weird vlog kind of thing, but life is so strange how schools change and everything else. I mean, you experience life and youth, and you figure when you have kids, they'll do the same thing, but it's changed so much. It's just so weird. You can't do anything. I read a story recently of a kid who, he got straight A's. So his parents, they said, you know, we'll treat you to something. He said, well, I really want a mohawk. And they're like, I don't know, that's kind of stupid. And he's like, no, I really want it. And they gave him a mohawk for getting straight A's, okay, perfect student. And he wore it to school, his new hairstyle, and he got expelled for being out of dress code. How ridiculous is that? All right, whatever. I'm not going to keep ranting on life because life is kind of messed up. But enjoy the rest of your day, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Talk to you later, guys. Take care.